Hi guys! So I'm here today to do a quick Christmas craft. Quick and easy and fun, of course. And it is these little tiny garlands of circles. And Christmas, because you can use Christmas paper in Christmas colors. And easy because really all you need is a paper punch, a glue stick, and some string. And I have several different ones here because I wanted to show you different ways you can make it. First, let's talk about the paper. Now, obviously, you can do this out of all kinds of different papers. I mean, I just recently did an embellishment, a paper embellishment video, and I had made all of these little circles, these 1-inch circles, and I could use those, but I wanted Christmas, and those weren't Christmas, so I actually went on Etsy and I searched under just like digital Christmas circles, and of course found a bunch of them. They're pretty easy to find. The ones that I got two different ones, and they're both from this place, Adamo Prints. They have some really nice stuff, so I will put a link to them in the description box below. So I got 2 pages and 2 different digitals, and they have these super cute little tiny pictures, Christmassy stuff, all kinds of pictures. Some of them are cute like penguins, some of them are retro, like there's a couple of ladies in here wearing like triangle-y dresses. All kinds of stuff. Candy canes, holly berries, Santa, Merry Christmas messages, a squirrel. Interesting. Okay, and so I started using those. That's the ones I used on this strip, and I'm gonna make that about 5 or 6 feet long and just make these every couple of inches. I will glue them on. Other papers you can use. Scrapbook paper. I just punched a whole bunch of circles out of Christmas scrapbook paper, and these are just, you know, they're mostly red and green, which that's really all you need for it to be Christmas, right? You could also do like light blue and white. That's another Christmas color combination. Then there's always the teal and pink, which is like the retro colors, retro Christmas colors. So it doesn't have to be, you know, necessarily Christmas paper. So if you don't have Christmas paper, you can probably make do with some other papers that you have. Another thing I tried was Christmas wrapping paper. I like to save some pieces of wrapping paper, not to rewrap presents with the same paper next year, but to use for crafts. So I did cut a few out. These look really nice, this particular one. Now I did back these with book page because they were pretty thin and they weren't really like holding a fold, so I would advise that. And also when you punch them out, I was holding the book page underneath the wrapping paper because the wrapping paper is a little flimsy on its own. It worked much better to use the book page underneath to punch those out. What else? Trying to think of other papers. Oh, yes. there's always good old book page. You can find old Christmas books. This particular one has already been chopped into, so it's a good candidate for finding more little pictures, little circles to chop out. So that's another place to look. Okay, so let's get started making these. Like I said, I made these in a few different versions. I did the 1-inch circle, and these you can pretty much decide, you know, how many you want to use per circle. How many circles you want to use per sphere. I don't know what you would call this. This one is the one that sits on my desk all the time. I just have it usually right here up above my cutting mat, sitting there as something pretty to just have there. So it's not Christmas oriented actually. But this one I got kind of crazy. I did 7 on each one of the circles. So that's an option. The one that I have been working on today, I did 5 for these little guys. And so that's what 5 looks like. Now I was thinking, you don't have to use a circle. You could use this punch, which is like the scalloped edge, because that looks pretty neat too. I did 5 on this one, so I just started this string, but I just wanted to show you what that would look like. I think that is probably like 1.25 inches-ish. It doesn't say on the punch, but I'm guessing that's about how big it is. The only thing with this, it's a little tricky when you fold these in half and you're getting ready to stick it on. You have to check. It can fit on there one of 2 ways. Now if I put it on that one, see how it doesn't line up? If I flip it to the other side, it should line up. Yep. It's like magic. So you have to watch that when you're putting it together. I'll do one to show you just how it works, but that gives you an idea. And then I thought you could do really big ones. This is with my 2-inch punch, and these would be fun to do with little kids. You know, your kids or maybe your grandkids, depending on your situation. So I did just 3 pieces, 3 circles on this. I did 4 on this one, so that's what that looks like. But 3 was really nice and easy, you know. So I think a little kid could do that with maybe a little help. But if you pre-punch the circles and you have the glue stick out, I think they could manage that pretty well. So I'm gonna do a big one, just so it's easier for you to see first, and then I'll do a little one too. I'll just do one of each of these at least. And I think, I was gonna say, you know, I've got the 3 on this one and 4 on this one. For some reason, I don't like 4. I don't like the even number. I think it looks better either 3 or 5, but not really 4. I don't know why, but there it is. Okay, so I have pre-folded a bunch of these, and if you're gonna do this with little kids, you might want to do that as well. Or you can, you know, have them practice their folding in half, depending on how little they are. I did pull this out, my scoreboard, and used that to fold some of them. And that might be easier. It just depends on, you know, how you want to do it. But you could do it either way. You could just eyeball it and fold it in half, or you can use the scoreboard. And these are 2-inch circles, like I said. So this I flipped over and used my scoring tool and just did that. Now, you're always folding it with the right sides together, so that means you want to, if you want to do it the way it's supposed to be done with the scoreboard, that means you want to have the wrong side facing you when you score it. Okay, so the other thing I would say is when you're folding, and I learned this from, I think it was from Jessica from Two Silver Oranges, Jessica Rapp. When you're folding them, especially the ones that are a little thicker, like this is cardstock. Some of these are just paper, and those are easier to fold. But the cardstock ones, if you just kind of round it a little bit before you fold it, it makes it easier to do it accurately, correctly. See, I got a nice even fold there. So it's like it sort of trains the paper to fold. So let's start with that one. And let me get glue paper. Okay, and this is baker's twine, but you know, the one that I have on my desk all the time is, it's actually crochet thread. So you can use any kind of string. Just, I wouldn't use anything too fat because you got to put it in the middle and squish the paper over it. So, all right. So, oh, I got a nice new glue stick too. So we'll start with glue on one side, just half. Nice amount of glue. And then line up another circle on that half. Actually, probably be better to line up the line first, yeah. Okay, so that one is secure. Let's grab, I've got a multicolor, a white, let's do a red. So you just want to do the glue on half of your circle, not the whole thing. And then you just line up on the half, the middle line. Make sure your edges are lined up. It seems like that's a little cockeyed. Okay, that's better. All right, that's 3. I want to do 2 more. Let's do 5. And let's do a teal one. So I just, after I folded all my circles, I just kind of put them in piles of different color categories. Well, except for these are, the color is shiny because they're wrapping paper. But otherwise these are green, red, teal. It's got some teal in it somewhere on those circles, and these are the ones I did not fold yet. Okay, so we've got a teal one, and I would not advise using the art glitter glue on this because you have to be so accurate with that. and once you put the paper down with the art glitter glue, it's not moving. And you kind of usually have to fiddle with these a little bit. So glue stick is plenty strong enough, and it's easier to work with. Okay, so now I've got 4. I have one more I want to put on. Let's grab a green one. And now is when I put it on the string. So I don't think I measured this. I think I'm just eyeballing this one. So let's see. That looks about even. And then I'm just gonna push this down flat and see if I can not get glue on the back. And then we're gonna glue both sides now that it's the last piece. Okay, string in the middle, and then line this up, squish it down flat. Okay, find your glue stick lid so it doesn't dry out. Okay, and then you just kind of fluff it. Make sure all the legs are showing. I don't know if I'd call them legs. All the half circles are showing. Yeah, so you can see all your 5 pictures. See, doesn't that look nicer than 4? I don't know why. It just does. Okay, so that one is done. So that is the 2-inch one. Let's do one of the scallops circles. Take this out of my way. And let's pick 5. Bunny, mittens, cauliflowers, stripes, and snowflakes. Okay, so we start with gluing half, and then we try and line up. Okay, that one lined up. Yay. Okay. Now let's do the bunnies. Okay. What's that one? Oh, that one's gonna line up too. See? I'm just going to show you if I put it, if it was the other side, the other half, and I tried to line it up. Is it gonna, no. No, it's not lined up. Okay. There we go. It's not lining up. That's lined up, but the edges are not, so that means I have to do the other side, which lines up perfectly. So yeah, just remember that if you're doing the scallops, if it's not lining up, flip it to the other half. Okay. So I hope everybody is doing well, enjoying your Thanksgiving weekend. I got to play board games with my husband today. That was fun. We played 2 board games. And he beat me, let's see. He beat me at the first one, and then the second one was a cooperative game, so we both won. I like those. It was, it's called Forgotten Island, or Forbidden Island. Okay. All right, one more, so that means we flatten it out. Then put the string in. Actually, it's probably easier to put the glue in first and then the string. That's probably a little more than I needed, but that's okay. All right, I think about there. All right, now which way does this go? I usually try and look at the top, like, I don't know if you can see, but, well, no. Okay, so if you look at the top here, my fold goes right through one of the scallops, like right through the middle of one of the scallops. So that means if I am going to match this one, it's hard to tell right now with the string in there, but I think that might match. Yeah, it does. Whereas if I had it the other way, well, I'm not going to take it off. It's already gluing. It's already getting stuck. Okay, and then we'll stick this together. And you've got your string in the middle. Okay. All right, so that one is done. Yeah, I love how those five petals look. Okay, now we shall move on to the tiny ones. Whoops! Now I'm knocking them all on the floor over here. Yeah, get those later. Okay, these I have not folded in half yet, but it won't take me long. But maybe I will zoom in so you can see the cute pictures. I don't know what that is. Oh, here's like a little choir child. And you might have to give some of these a haircut depending on how good your punch is. I've had to give a few of them a haircut, not too many, but it's not that hard. Okay, there are 5. And I shall zoom in now. Let me see those. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna put my cap on my glue stick while I fold these. And these are printed on not just copy paper, it's a little heavier. I forget what weight it is. I'll write it down, or I'll put it on the screen here. And I'm just doing that sort of training thing again. Just to make sure they have a nice fold. So I'm starting to get in the Christmas spirit. We're going to get our tree tomorrow, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And then I'll probably feel better. I really miss my sisters right now. I haven't seen them for 3 years. The year before the pandemic was just, I think it was the first year after my mom died. And I just wanted to stay home with my family. So we did that, of course, not realizing that we wouldn't be able to go the next year. And then this year, my husband has been laid off from his job, so we're not spending money on plane tickets. So yeah, haven't seen them for 3 years. Miss them a lot. We're pretty close. So it kind of sucks because my husband's family is here. Oops, I hope I'm not out of frame. I just was gluing this anyway, so you weren't missing a whole lot. My husband's family lives pretty close, but he's not close to them. Except, well, the brother that he's closest to is the one that lives in New Mexico, a few states away, several states away. The other ones who live here, he's not as close to. And he's not close to his dad, who lives like an hour and a half away. So it kind of sucks that, you know, I'm close to my family, but they're super far away. They live in the Seattle area. Okay. Got 3 on there. Okay, that's the 4th one. So let's put the glue on both sides. And then get the right string. And if you're doing just one string at a time, unlike I'm doing right now, you know, you don't even have to cut the string to the right length right away. You can wait and see how long you want to make it before you cut the other end of the string. Okay, I think that one is done. Let's see. Okay. Well, some of these do have a, excuse me, a white edge, which you can remedy, you know, if that bothers you, you can always ink it, like we do. I thought about cutting the white edges off, but then I thought, nah, too much work. Can always ink it. Okay, and that one is done. Ta-da! So I think that's all the direction I need to give you guys. You can figure it out from here. And I hope that was fun and helpful. Maybe gives you an idea of what to do when you're visited by or visiting your grandkids. And I will just see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.